Hello and welcome to my 20th or so playthrough of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I'm got this game off of Steam most recently. It requires an unofficial patch to run correctly. And this playthrough is going to be a shoot 'em up. I'm going to choose a clan and build to shoot everything. I don't want to be subtle. I don't want to be diplomatic. Maybe seductive, just for fun. But let's get into it, shall we? Let's start a new game. This game gives you two options. Either you can go to the straight to the character creation screen, that's option number 2, or you can do option number 1, which is like a an early incarnation of those little BuzzFeed quizzes. It's basically a personality test to see what you would, what you would do, and then get you into, how you would play. Which I like a lot. I'd wish more games would have something like this, where it's not just like, hey, just make your character. Where it's like, well, what would you do in real life? And then it sort of puts you into a role that would fit you for the world of darkness, or whatever world a game particularly is framed as. Now right here it gives you a gender binary, male or female. Oh, well, I could change this later. I think I'm gonna go female. Alright, you're in a convenience store looking through the beer freezer when all of a sudden a man walks in and pulls a gun in from the cashier. Do you sneak up behind him, disarm him, and proceed to beat him senseless? Quietly make your way to the bathroom and lock yourself in. I guess for the, I'm gonna be a rough and tumble fighter here, so I'm gonna sneak up right behind him. Sneak up behind him. I guess the other option would have been just run and hide. So what do we got going on here? You're outbid in an auction for a macabre, isn't it? A macabre piece of art that you just must have. Let me start that one over. You were outbid at an auction for a macabre piece of art that you just must have. You know the collector who won it. You've been to his house. Oh, this is going to be creepy. Get a few drinks into him later on and persuade him to sell it to you? Persuasion, okay. Wait until he leaves, find his spare keys, and make it to look like a robbery. Write an unflattering critique of the artist, get it published, and just wait for your friends to try to unload it. I'm just gonna take it. Remember, this is a very physical character. Being a night person, you watch a lot of late night TV movies. 3 movies are on. Which do you watch? Oh, let's see here. Basically, am I going to fight with my fists, with a sword, or with the gun? And I've already stated that this is going to be a shoot-'em-up version. So I'm going to be Sergeant Murderstein III, the cop that doesn't want to play by the rules and takes on the drug cartels that kidnapped his daughter with only his trusty 44 to back him up. Damn straight. You're walking home late at night, you hear footsteps, glance back, and suddenly realize someone is following you. Do you turn and confront them? Yeah, I'm going to be the shoot-'em-up character. Confront him. Shoot him in the face. You were mugged last night. Oh, how's that possible? I probably would have shot him in the face. It wasn't life-threatening, but you want to take some measures to make sure it never happens again, so you aren't defenseless. Do you sign up for martial arts class? Well, there's not a lot of guns there. Unless it's the gun kata. Start carrying a knife and conceal it in your belt? No. Again, this is, brawling, melee, firearms, so firearms. I'm not sure how that's going to help me in the clan I want to make, but maybe it distributes my points or something. The world is a cruel and unforgiving place, but you've gotten by so far. Okay. The world is a cruel and unforgiving place, but you've gotten by so far. Why? I live alone. I don't need others. Just me, my dog, and to hell with the rest. Stay out of sight, and the world won't even know you're there. Oh, me and my dog. Let's see, why not have a dog? You have embraced by the Gangrel clan. Gangrel? Just because I said I'd want a dog? Come on. Come on! That's a little thin. Sometimes called nomads, loners, and introverts, the Gangrel spurn the trappings of civilization and prefer to roam the wilds in solitude. Known for having an uncanny connection with the beast within, some learn the power to shapeshift. The vampire's attributes and abilities have been known to determine and entered into this character sheet, which you will now see. After you tour the character sheet, you may make changes to... Okay. So I'm going to get to edit it. I probably should just say don't show help text, because I know what's going on here. Alright. My last character's name was Chloe. I'm going to change that after I figure out what I want to be. No, I don't think I want to be a gangrel. Possibly a bruja. Spanish for witch, although they're not exactly very witchy in this game. They're more of rabble brawler types. Venture is a possibility. I'm thinking I want to have Auspex and possibly Celerity, which is like Toreador. They're the only ones with both of those. The other ones with Celerity are the Bruja. Auspex is also a power that the Malkavians and the Tremere have. He can also be the male versions. Oh, I forget how slick this guy looks. He's pretty slick. What are the male Toreador? He looks a little weird. I mean, I can dig it, but a little weird. Oh, and Miss Perky Boobs. It's the male. Oh, that's right. Well, the Malkavians have Auspex. They don't have Celerity, though. And a lot of people do Malkavian Let's Plays just because the Malkavians are so crazy in this game, but I mean, to me, there's really three different playthroughs. There's the Malkavian, because you just say some really ridiculous things, and that's a trip on its own. You have to play through Malkavian at least one playthrough. There's the Nosferatu one, because when you play as a Nosferatu, you just absolutely cannot do a lot of social things. People talk, like, going into public is a masquerade violation, so I would argue that Nosferatu can be just as different as a Malkavian playthrough. But just about anyone else is versatile. The playthrough is more about just which powers they have. I mean, there's certain dialogue options. It's normally once per game. Like, Gangrel, you can talk to Beckett at some point, and he'll give you a point of protein, assuming you didn't get too high in it already. It's just, you know, their base clan attributes. That's one thing. Gender doesn't matter. That's just for appearances only. That doesn't change much in the game. There's one part in the game where you can have sex with someone to complete their quest, and you can only do that if you're female. It's unfortunate there's not a male version of that. The guy is not bisexual, so he does not accept men. Thinking Toreador. They picture themselves as artistes and visionaries. They value the high society mentality of the Camarilla reinforces. The most collected immortal world. They are beautiful creatures. All humanity shifts are double. Humanity basically means nothing in this game. Like, if you lose all your humanity, you lose your character, but there's also a thing where all you have to do is go to a dance club, and when you dance, you gain humanity over time. Now what's everyone else's bonuses? +1 to Brawl Skill. That's actually really good. It looks like it's nothing. When you first play through it, you're going to be like, that didn't mean much, but I mean, that Brawl is what lets you feed on people, too. And Brawl was actually fairly effective. Like, you want to think, knowing this game, that just punching people would do a lot of damage, but it's Yeah, you can get through this whole game with just doing nothing, punching people. They're penalized -2 to frenzy checks. Frenzy can be fun. Maybe I actually want to do a Masquerade Breach low humanity run. That's usually pretty fun. When you lower your humanity, sometimes you have different dialogue options too. But being a gunslinger, I'm not sure. Well, maybe I'll do Masquerade Breaches, but low humanity might not be that great. Tremere is an option. They do not have celerity, though. They can raise no physical attributes above 4, which makes them ideal to be gunslingers because it's not dexterity, but rather, what's it called? Perception, I believe. That's associated with guns. Actually, let's just go to the character sheet. Where is it? Firearms, ranged. Range is this. Yeah, perception. So you want a high ranged, which actually, yeah, the Tremere are great for that. It's almost convincing me to do them. They're interesting to do too because they've got their own haven. The Tremere get this one haven that none of the other ones get. Maybe I'll do that. Gunslinging Tremere. I mean, I really like celerity. But, what else did Tremere get? Dominate. Dominate's a strong ability on its own. Trance is great. Auspex. I think, barring strict stealth missions, everything except for strict stealth missions, I'm going to Blood Shield Purge, Blood Strike. You see, you don't even need more than 1 point. I mean, Blood Shield's really good. Doesn't go violently ill. Trance is good. Brain Ripe. I'm almost convincing myself to be a Tremere here. I thought I was going to be a Toreador. Malkavian is also a good option. They also have 2 mental traits. But no, I don't want to do Malkavian. I said that earlier. No Bruja. I just said Bruja in the first game. Bloodline, not Bloodlines, but Vampire Redemption. They say Bruja. I think it's because they're supposed to be pre-Spanish. Trying to pretend it's their Carpathian roots that the word comes from, but that's just a straight out Spanish word. Bruja. Not Malkavian. Bruja are tempting, but oh, they actually get pretty good skills too. But I think we narrowed it down to Toreador or Tremere. You know what? Let's do a Tremere run. I'm feeling good about that. Now the question is male or female. I'm gonna go male. I think the guy looks awesome. What's this guy look like to you? We gotta name him. Here we go. David. That's my real name. Alright, so they've got mostly knowledges. Let's give them some scholarship, I think. That does persuasion and research. Research is really good. Computer finance is almost worthless in this game. Investigation just helps you see things if you missed something in the game. Like a first playthrough, investigation is actually worth it, because then you find things that you want to have otherwise. What would be the one to have that's worth the most here? Probably Auspex. Wits and Perception, Wits 2. Just because I want to get my Auspex as high as possible being a gunslinger. Blood Strike's cool. Purge is cool. That Blood Shield's really good. That's like straight out Fortitude when you get to that level. Blood Salvo's useless. Blood Boil is just overkill. You have to spend 4 blood to just kill someone instantly that would otherwise, like, nothing would happen to him. Yeah, Blood Strike, amazing. Even though it doesn't do much damage, you get the blood back. You just keep on doing it. Purge, it's like a more advanced version of this. Trance, which just makes it so they can't move. This just makes them so they're puking. It does damage. It's alright. It's an alright ability. Blood Shield is just like having Fortitude. You don't even need that discipline. You know, honestly, Brain Wipe never really worked out for me. Well, it allegedly is some sort of stealth move. You can use it on them, and they're like, oh, I thought I saw someone, but they're not there anymore. Suicide's just an instant kill to a mortal. I'm wondering if Possession is useful in certain stages of the game. Nothing major. No, probably not. That's a lot of blood. So is Mass Suicide. I'm wondering if you can Mass Suicide the zombies in that one quest. So yeah, I'm gonna go Auspex for now. Brain Wipe could be interesting. But I'll save that for a Ventrue playthrough. They're the only other clan who gets it, but they also get to use it on people's minds. I don't think the Tremere can, unless the patch changed that. I always put the point in Dexterity, because that helps with lockpicking, and that's necessary in this game. Speaking of which, Firearms, Security, Stealth. Since I only get 1 point, I'm going to put it in Firearms. Oh, that's a good point. That, you know, that's not actually helping me out here. Research and Intimidate. Yeah, I'd want more Research. Which Defense Acting? These are all really good. Ranged and Inspection. I'll put 2 points in Intimidate. I don't really get a gun right away, so it might actually be better for me to put those points in Intelligence. Hacking and Defense, that's actually worth it too. I should put some points there eventually. So the only thing I haven't put points in is Talents. Brawl's good, but not necessary. Dodge is good. Not much does heavy damage to me early on. Subterfuge. Oh, Seduction. There we go. Seduce some people right off the bat. Get some extra bonus points in there. You know what? I did put that point in Firearms. I don't need to put it in Firearms. I know a trick. Put it in Security instead. Scholarship, Intelligence, yeah. That's a pretty good spread. Well, let's put David into the world, shall we? Looks like nobody's viewing me right now, so I'm going to get another soda. Enjoy the show.
My apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is in trouble. We are here because the laws that guide our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siren. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood.
Yeah, I don't see myself either, but
Forgive me. Let the penalty commence.
guess it's something I'm going to need to look into.
Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most children are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey.
Yep, I just skipped the best part. He was about to sentence me to death, and someone said, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening. Oh, sire, tragic, my apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone
I don't have a following at all, do I? You guys are awesome if you listen to this.
Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back.